guys, and welcome to Film Artsy, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And we wanted to talk about a very interesting development with one of the actors from Stranger Things, Charlie Heaton. Now, what's really interesting is in a recent interview, Charlie Heaton's gone on record talking about the types of roles that he has played in previous movies and TV shows, and he also goes on to talk about what type of roles he'd like to play in the future. Now, if you guys don't know who Charlie Heaton is, he is the actor in Stranger Things who plays Jonathan Byers, Will's older brother, and was really integral in the first 2 seasons and was still there in the 3rd season, though his role definitely wasn't as prominent as in the 1st season. But in a recent interview, Charlie Heaton went on to kind of talk about the future of the types of roles he wants to take on, and kind of talked about the fact that he gets typecasted as this loner type character, very similar to the character he played in Stranger Things, but also similarly, we've seen this character kind of get played as well in the movie The New Mutants. There's definitely some very similar roles, of course, when you look at this actor and what type of roles he's gotten to play so far, and he actually talked about his inspiration moving forward and what type of characters or what type of roles he'd want to take on in the future, and almost wants to follow the pathway of Robert Pattinson. Now, if you guys know who Robert Pattinson is, of course he was the actor from the Twilight saga. He was in a lot of other projects too, but really interestingly enough, he was very much so typecasted after Twilight, and he ended up taking on a lot of smaller indie films to kind of develop his repertoire or resume on what other types of roles he can act in, and essentially it led to the road that he's on now, where he's playing the next Batman in the future. And we think it's a really interesting point to kind of be using this actor who's gone on this journey as an example, which is what Heaton specifically used as his example, as kind of dictating the fact that nothing necessarily is set in stone and there are ways to break out of typecasting. Now, the one major concern though that comes from this interview is the possibility that Heaton might choose to leave Stranger Things early if the right role comes into place to potentially break out from the typecasting that he's kind of been put into. Now, this is potentially a little bit nerve-wracking if you're a huge fan of Stranger Things, as if he begins to take on roles outside of other things, and of course we don't understand the full contracts that these actors are signed under, but we could maybe see him depart from the show in one way or another, especially with his somewhat reduced role when season 3 came out. But this is just a lot of speculation at this point. He is set up to appear in season 4, and filming has already begun for that. So we wanted to turn this conversation around to you guys. Do you guys think that Stranger Things would fail if an actor like Charlie Heaton departed from the show? Or do you think that this is just a lot of conversations and he will probably stick it out through the end of the show's run? Let us know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
I'm about to.
Hi everybody.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hi.
See you guys.
Know anybody?